Hey everyone, it's Jill Whalen back for another live video or recorded video if you're not watching me live. I've got my headphones on today because my daughter's got some other crap playing in the background, so hopefully you can't hear it. There's some, I asked what you guys wanted to talk about today because I got nothing. So let's see what we got here. I may or may not talk about all of them. Some of them I may direct you to other things. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Angie. Let's see. Blaming difficult circumstances, Janice said. That's pretty generic and really something that we all do because that's what it looks like, that it's circumstances causing us to feel certain ways. So the only thing I might want to say about that is when you're in it and your circumstances are difficult, it's certainly not going to look like it's coming from thought in the moment. So don't worry about it. You know, blame the circumstances all you want. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's later you might reflect upon it because, you know, difficult circumstances, just like all circumstances, change. Always. Just knowing that actually is helpful. It doesn't feel like it's going to change, and it feels like you have to do, and change. Hi, Krista. And you got to make the circumstances go away, whatever. So while you're in it, you know, do whatever you're doing. Don't worry about it. But later on, when they do change, reflect upon that later and say, oh, they did change. You know, or it's now become your new normal and you're used to those circumstances and they don't seem as difficult anymore, or whatever it might be. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because most of my videos actually talk about that. We can know all we want about that. We experience even the difficult circumstances via thought in the moment, but that doesn't really help when we're in them. So use it as a learning experience. Use it as for later. When you can look back upon it with a clearer head and see maybe then how it came to you via thought in the moment. And remember, by thought I don't mean thinking. I mean like your consciousness, your brain, even your processor. We don't have a direct experience of anything in life. Everything has to come to us it has to get processed first through our brain and then come out as thought. So just look at it that way. There's another question here from Krista, who I think I just saw on here, saying, I'm still struggling with the meaning behind thoughts and not separating them from myself. Me too. I have a strong belief in my thoughts and can't let them go. Me too. I know thoughts create the experience. You sure you do? And then I'm waiting for the but. No, you didn't say that. Oh, yeah, the but's coming. I know that thoughts create experience. I have tested it and know it to be true, but I can't seem to understand that thoughts aren't me and I don't understand them. Was that Krista giving me oh no, I thought maybe she was sticking her tongue out at me. I guess that's a kiss. I need like glasses from somebody. Anyway, yeah, me too. I mean, my thoughts sure seem like me. I've lived with that created self, ego, whatever. I mean, you can think of your thoughts in a million different ways. Like it feels like it's our self. It's our separate self from everybody. It's our ego, mind. It's whatever. But it's definitely seems like it's us. It's certainly. I mean, it is us in this thought created reality that we live in. Our thoughts definitely is our personality and all that stuff. So yeah, of course it feels like us. And I mean, I know that the key is to remember that it's not us, but are you kidding me? I mean, mine definitely feels like it's me. But the beauty of this understanding is you don't have to do anything. Your grip on that belief starts to loosen a little bit all by itself. The more you learn, the more you see, the more insights you have. It doesn't, like mine still definitely totally feel like me, but I'm not quite as, I don't know, wedded to them maybe. Like I'm not as egocentric as I used to be. It's not always about me. It still most of the time is about me, because it's me. That's who I'm living with in my head. But I don't know. There's something different about it. But there's nothing to do about that. Like that, just stay in the conversation. That will just come. You'll or it probably already has for you if you look back at how you used to just do anything that your thoughts said or whatever. And now maybe you think first, or things just change a little bit. So there's nothing to do there really. And the more also that you see that what's under the thoughts, like that peacefulness, the more you can look in that direction at the peace when you're doing the stuff you love and you're feeling peaceful and happy. Just take note of that feeling and think about that. Maybe is that really me? Like, because that's the part that's in all of us. Like, we all have that same peaceful stuff. The self-created blah 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 that we talk about is different for everybody, although different but the same too. And I have a blog post about that. It's different in that it's personalized to us, and yet we all pretty much have the same thoughts, maybe slightly different flavors. But we think, oh, we're the only ones who feel this way. Nobody's as bad as me, or nobody's as good as me. We all have those thoughts all the time, but they're just personalized to us. But we also all have that inner peace and that inner knowing, and that calm, nice, joyful, loving feeling. That's really who we are. And it doesn't feel that way. I know it. So I'm not going to try and convince you. just know it. Just keep in the conversation. Things will start to change over time, and they already are for. I would say any of you probably watching this, unless this is the first thing you've ever watched from me or Nicola or anyone else in this Inside Out conversation, unless this is your first one, I bet you've already, the fact that you're still here, listening, paying attention, commenting, you're something's got to be sticking, even if you don't know it on a conscious level. What else? So Krista said she feels it in her bones, but she's just not quite there. Yeah, that's normal. And even the other, I posted that one about peekaboo the other day. You'll see it some moments, and some moments you won't too. So and I bet you, Krista, that you've had plenty of those moments too, if you really are honest. Yeah, and Sarah, sorry, not Sarah. I remember she pronounces it Sarah. Said, keep in mind that it's no more special to be flooded with bliss and the feeling of coming home than it is to be drinking a cup of tea or washing the dishes. All experience is a gift, and I, for one, am loving the adventure. Yeah, that's it. Sarah is right on with that, and that's the more you start to see that as well. It's just we're really just consciousness. I see it as consciousness, just looking out through all of our eyes, and that's consciousness to me is that peace of mind, that true self, and it's just looking out everybody's eyes and experiencing what they're experiencing, and probably hearing all those thoughts too, and just not judging them, just like being like, cool, this is a cool movie or a cool play or a cool game, however you want to think about it. It's all I'm just looking at the things here. It's all good to consciousness. Consciousness doesn't judge. Krista has a super bad connection. So we have lots of people on today. That's cool. This is probably a good time to do this at 5 my time. Let's see. Jolene said, situations that look really like they're from the outside in. You mean like most of them? Like pretty much all of them? I went to a football tournament that my 7-year-old was involved in tonight. It was the first time seeing my son's teacher around him. At one point, she absolutely screamed at my son, ouch, to the point of shocking and angering myself and other parents. How can this be my thought causing me to be upset by this? How can it not be your thought? I mean, the only way to experience anything has to come through thought. Now, again, this doesn't mean that it didn't happen or that it's a good thing that the teacher acted this way. It's just the way we process information. You don't have, the teacher can't go and make you angry. Like they They don't have powers. Because can you imagine if other people could just like push a button on us? Or that's the metaphor, right? That people push our buttons. But if that was really true and people could just push a button and be like, okay, now you're angry. Boom, and then you're angry. Oh, let me try this one. Oh, now you're sad. This is fun. Like, imagine if that was really the way the world worked. Like, people would be totally just pushing all the buttons just for the hell of it. And I know that's how it does feel often, but it can't come to you like that. So when it's fine, like, to be upset by that. Like, who wouldn't? I think, most people would. Not everyone, which shows you that it's not teacher causing it, but that's a normal human thing to want to protect our son, and not have a teacher be like that. But when you get upset by it and stay upset by, like, it's fine, be upset by it, but if you're gonna like live in that upset feeling now for the rest of your life, like, what if you held on to that? Do you think that's what's going to happen? You're going to hold on to this one teacher saying this one thing to your kid, and then in 20 years from now you're still going to be holding on to that? Like, probably not, right? So, like, what's the correct amount of time to hold on to an angry feeling about something like that? It's a good question, right? What's appropriate? How long should you stay mad about it? My feeling is, okay, you're angry about it, but then you're going to know what to do about it as you calm down and are in a better state of mind. Because when we react out of an angry state of mind, we go over to the principal. How could this teacher do this? Blah blah blah. You're going to have less effect when you come at it from that way. But if you calm down about it, because it happened, you got angry, that's fine. No problem with that part. That's the first thought. But it's the second thoughts and third and fourth and fifth, as we talked about the other day. That's now, creating more problems for you, and that could potentially have you go do something back that wouldn't be as good as if you were in a calm state of mind. Your wisdom will come to you and you'll know what to do about the situation. It doesn't, like, just because it comes from thought that you're feeling angry doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything about it. There's there's an infinite number of things you may or may not want to do about it. Read my blog post, Jolene, about being up in arms. That speaks exactly to this. We have much more effect on the world when we're not coming at it from that place of being up in arms, and that urge and necessity to do something about the problem. Which is why when we sleep on things the next day, oftentimes we're like, I guess it's not that big a deal or whatever. And again, I'm not saying not to do anything. I mean, it sounds like this situation could certainly use something to do. It reminds me of when I was in third grade, and my third grade teacher did something. I can't remember now what she did. I remember telling my mother, oh yeah, that's right, she pulled some kid's hair or something like that. And I remember not thinking much about it and just telling my mom about it. And my mom, I don't know if she got up in arms or what, but she did something about it. She called the school, and eventually that teacher did end up getting fired. So I mean, I don't know how she went about it, but me as a kid, I just thought, like, wow, that's kind of weird, this teacher doing this. What else? Jolene's also struggling to let go of thought. It's like, I feel I need it in order to solve problems. So maybe that's something you could talk about. I think we've talked about that too. There's no letting go of anything. See, like, every time you think, letting go becomes a doing. Then there's really, 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 really no doing in this stuff. No doing, and that includes no letting go. It's seeing. It's becoming aware. Becoming aware that you're adding second thoughts and third thoughts and fourth thoughts to normal human emotions. Normal human emotions that we all have. We all get depressed. We all get angry. We all get anxious. We all get happy too. It's what we do with those thoughts later. It's not being aware of that we're adding on to it. And so just keep observing that it's coming from thought. That's all. There's nothing to let go of. Just nothing. Nothing to do. And I know you guys who are really like go-getter doers. See, for me, I've always, this isn't true either, but my identity was always that I was lazy. So for me, when I heard about this understanding that there was no doings involved, I'm like, yes, spirituality, psychology for lazy people. I'm in. It's good stuff. Not having to do anything, but I know a lot of you guys are doers, and the not doing is the hardest part for you. I don't get that because I'm like, yeah, if I don't have to do anything, I'm in. So I know that's why Nicola is a good one for you doers, because that's her personality too. She's the doer type. What else do we have here? Mary, struggling with anxiety and thoughts overwhelming me about our upcoming trip. I just want to be at peace and calm and enjoy my vacation. That sounds reasonable. It's not really a question. Stacy's doesn't look like a question either. I was doing really good. Was so proud of myself I slipped back. That's, again, I've got videos on that. Totally normal. I'm just going to open my window. I'm getting stuffy in here. Yeah, we slip back. It's the game of peekaboo. Watch that video that I posted the other day. Now we see it, now we don't. That's how this works. Cool, huh? It's so fun. It's a game. Like, it's it's such a game. You guys gotta lighten up a little bit. You gotta see it as fun. And I know that's, now you're like, oh, this is serious business. But life's not serious business. I don't care how serious it is. It's really not. Even when shit's hitting the fan and bad things are happening and kids are getting yelled at and other stuff, it's still a game. It's still, it's the seriousness of it all that's creating, stress and stuff. What else? Jane, trusting that I won't lose my mind. I have a fear of psychosis returning, hospitalization, loss of employment. I cannot seem to lose this health anxiety. Well, all that stuff is just more thought, second thoughts, third thoughts, fourth thoughts. It's all just building on itself, and psychosis itself is just thought. It's just a reality that you create for yourself, that you live in, just like we all do. It just doesn't always mesh up with everybody else's. It's not who you are. You're not broken, even if you were having psychosis and mega anxiety and whatever else that you have. You're not broken ever. None of us are ever broken. Like, all of us are still whole and healthy, psychologically speaking, underneath it all. And that's the thing to also hang on to, because it feels like, we're somehow broken, we need fixing. And as long as we believe that, we're pretty much screwed, because then we keep looking for, how do I fix myself? I mean, that's basically the question you're all asking. How do I fix myself? It just comes out in different words. But since there's nothing broken, there's nothing to fix. Have you thought about that? That's kind of the key here. Then there's a lot of trading of symptoms and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all that. I think there might be some questions here. I can't see them all. Cheryl, I love your videos. Thank you. Thank you. May have heard it before, but keep reminding us. I can't help it. I only can talk about the same thing over and over again. Whoops. I just made it so I just switched it to off of selfie mode. I don't know how to change it back. Oh no. There we go. You get to see my dinosaurs. What else? Monique? I think I don't see other specific questions right now. So this is long enough. I have to take my daughter somewhere shortly. I hope this has been helpful. For me, it's really keep looking towards that second thought thing, giving it a second thought. That's for me right now is like so. It's so huge. It's such a huge insight for me. If you didn't see that video, watch it again. I've pretty much got my blog post written. I wasn't able to get it out yesterday due to having lots of things to do. But I don't know. I feel like that's just a whole new way of seeing this stuff. That for me is making it just makes it so clear for me that that's it. Boom. We give it. We have these emotions. No biggie. All day long they come and go, and it's those ones for whatever reason, and it doesn't matter what the reason is. It's those ones that we somehow give a second thought to that we suffer. It's so simple. It's so simple. That's all it is. That's it. That's what's causing the anxiety and all the other stuff. It's giving it a second thought. I don't know. I mean, I know it's hard to, you can't transfer your insights to other people, but I see it so differently now that I saw it that way to me. And now I'm listening to all the other teachers and I'm hearing them say the same thing with different words, which is cool too. So I guess I will say goodbye and talk to you probably tomorrow. Bye.